Hello everybody, I'm Rusty. I want to welcome you to Island Breeze Tropicals. So today we're going to be talking about bromeliads and about how some bromeliads will actually climb in trees. So you know what, the sun is shining, the island breeze is blowing. It's time that you and I got growing. Come on, let's have some fun and we'll talk about bromeliads. So today we're going to be talking about bromeliads and how some can climb in trees. And then I'm going to take you on a short tour of the Tangle and I'm going to show you what I have growing. So even though a lot of bromeliads are tank-type epiphytes, that means that they get water in the central tank right here. Not all will climb as good as others. So I'm going to show you which ones climb the best and the ones that don't climb so well. So in order to have a bromeliad climb, if you take a look, you can see that there is a stem here. Now this is an adult plant, this is a pup, and this stem is called a stolon. It's an above ground rhizome, and this enables this plant to climb. And the reason is because right here, if you can see the roots at the bottom of it, those roots will attach to a tree. Now, let me see if I can show you a little bit better. This is a pup. It's a vegetative offset, but pup is a lot easier to say. So as you can see right here, there are roots coming out of the base of the pup right here. So why is this such a good type of bromeliad to put into a tree? Well, it's because if you mount this, let's say I'm the tree, and you mount this in the tree, then eventually a pup will come out, it will attach, and then another pup will attach. And as you can see, if I put this in a tree and wrapped it around it and then attached it, then you will have multiple points of attachment on this, on the tree. So I'm going to show you a close-up of the base of this plant, and if you look right here, right there is a brand new pup coming out. Now it will come out on a stolon just like this, and then it will attach to a tree, but it will do it out from the adult, so you'll have multiple points of attachment. Now as you can see, there are roots that are coming out of the base of this plant. So you can see the roots coming out of the base of this rosette. And if that is put up next to the trunk of a tree, these roots right here will differentiate, they will get thicker, and they will attach to the tree. So because the bromeliad is going to be in a tree, it won't have any potting soil, it will not be in the ground, but it will need to have water in the tank of the rosette. Now, there are some bromeliads that, even though they are epiphytic and do have water in the tank and can grow without being in a pot or in the ground, they aren't the best for mounting in a tree, and I'm going to show you why. This is a Bilbergia. It's called Casablanca, and as you can see, this does not have stolons. The pups, and you can see this is a fairly big clump, the pups are closely oppressed to the adult. Now, why does that matter? Well, the reason that it matters is that you only have one point of attachment. And if you only have one point of attachment and you get a big clump of rosettes like this, well, if the wind blows, it's only attached down here and it'll blow it right out of the tree. So where this is a beautiful bromeliad and it will grow without soil, it's still not a good idea to put it in a tree, because if you do, it's probably going to blow out just about the time you love the size of the rosette, and I do. I like bromeliads that grow like this. So why don't we take a tour of the Tangle? I want to show you some of the bromeliads that I have growing in trees. It will illustrate what I've just said a lot better than me standing up here. So come on, let's have some fun and go take a tour. One thing I love about the Tangle is that even though I don't live in the tropics, as you can see, this does have a very tropical look to it. Florida really is in the subtropics. We're not in the tropic zone. So to me, the view of the tropics is having epiphytes growing in your trees. And bromeliads, to me, just fit that so well. Now this is a bromeliad clump. It's an Ichnia, and it's a type of Orlandiana, and it's growing quite happily, I would say up around 12, 16 feet. Totally epiphytic, and it's a nice treat during the winter. Always wants to bloom sometime in January or February. Now, I love bromeliads that are mounted in the trees here at the Tangle. We're not the tropics, of course, but I gotta tell you, it sure makes it feel that way. And this is another Orlandiana. It has a really nice inflorescence on it. So this is an Ichnia. It's called Nudicalis, and this one is called Parati. And I'm going to show you what makes this such a good plant to put in a tree. So here you can see the stolons. Now stolons again are above ground rhizomes, and that is what the pup will come out on from the adult. And you can get a better view of it right there. And that is what enables some bromeliads to climb. Now here is a better view of the stolons. You can see that there is a little stalk right here. Let me see if I can point to it. So this stalk right here was another rosette, and remember that bromeliads are monocarpic, and after they flower and put out pups, then they will die, and that's where that came from. So you can see the multiple stolons. So you can see there are multiple stolons, and that is what is holding this plant on the limb of the Schefflera. So this is a Neoregelia, and it's called Jill, and you can see the orange color in this plant, which means that it's getting some pretty good light in here, and it will maintain that color. But I'm going to show you a difference in light, and you will tell me that it's probably not the same plant. So this is Neoregelia Jill. It is growing in a coconut palm, and it's getting quite a bit of light. As you can see, there's a big difference between this and the Jill that I just showed you, in that the color is much more intense, and the rosette is smaller. And that's as a consequence of growing in full sun. This is another Neoregelia. It's called McWilliamsii, and this is the plant when it's mature and it's coming to flower. Now Neos will never get a flower spike, but if you take a look, you can see that there's a pup, and the pup does come out on a stolon. So McWilliamsii is not that good as a climber. Even though it is stoloniferous, you can see the pup right there. So you can see the pup right there, and it definitely is stoloniferous, definitely comes out on that stolon. But the roots are not that strong, and it really doesn't want to attach to a tree. But as you can see, what it does is it leans against this fence. You can't even see the fence now. And it clambers more than it actually climbs. So this is a pretty big plant, And my hand is on the plant right now, so you can get an idea as to how big the rosette is, and really has some statement to it. It's really cool. This is Neoregelia bossa nova, and bossa nova is a marginated plant. That means that the white is on the leaf edges with the green in the middle. You can see that it's a little unstable at times. One of the pups came out all white. So you can see a pup has completely turned white. That means there's some lack of stability. Now, if I separated that pup, it would not live because it doesn't have enough chlorophyll to make food for itself. But as long as it's attached to the adult, it will stay alive. Now, bossa nova is much like McWilliamsii in that it clambers more than it climbs. So I actually put that in the crotch of this gumbo limbo, but it seems to be doing pretty well, and it's colonizing. Again, this has probably been in there a couple of years. So this is another Ichmea. It's called Fosteriana. Fairly aggressive climber. I say that it colonizes the tree, but remember that bromeliads take nothing from the tree. It's not a parasitic relationship. And as you can see, it has a really pretty inflorescence coming out of one of the rosettes. This is another view of the Fosteriana from the other side. You can see quite a few rosettes, and this is just what you look for when you want them to climb. So this is called San Lorenzo. It's an Ichmea nudicalis cultivar. And further up is another nudicalis. And you can see that it has formed quite the ball up there. Now nudicalis, just like Orlandiana and just like Fosteriana, are made to climb. That's what they do. They are very aggressive with their root systems for holding them onto the side of the tree. But what you're looking at are bromeliads called Fireball. They're a Neoregelia that I had installed in this Royal Poinciana, I guess about 8-9 months ago. And the sun really brings out the color in these in the late afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed the little tour looking at bromeliads climbing in the trees here at the Tangle, and I hope you will try it if you live in a frost-free zone. It's easy to do and a lot of fun. So no matter where you are, I hope your sun is shining. I hope you have an island breeze blowing. Keep on growing and have some fun. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.